But I'm going to be, I've sort of not told, but suggested or asked that this would be it would be good to be like an angel this time.
Mm-hmm.
But this is more like a paramedic angel. So it's kind of like you hang out with your emergency first aid kit. Mm-hmm. And then if someone needs you, you attend to them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, put them in a car crash or something.
Mm-hmm.
You attend to them if they call you or someone calls you, and then you go back up and to the staff room and wait to be called again. It's like a paramedic.
Mm.
And it's kind of, it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of fun in the staff room.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of, sometimes it can be tiring because you could be on a long shift after another, but it's always so amazing to be able to help someone.
Mm. Do you ever get sad?
Fed?
Sad?
No,
No,
because I know what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a request. Somebody prays for you or asks for you, or somebody else asks for you, and then the light goes on, and then one of you goes, unless it's, sometimes you're the best one for the job, or sometimes someone else is the best one for the job, or sometimes you're the only one there, so you have to go. It's kind of like that, but not sad.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody is choosing, right?
Mm-hmm. And do you have a name? What do people call you?
Celeste.
Celeste. So do you have friends in the staff room?
Yeah, we're all friends.
Mm-hmm.
We're all friends, not like a human relationship, but we're all friends.
And so sometimes you work on your own. Do you work together with a number of you?
Sometimes 2 or 3, I think, if it's like an earthquake or something, or a famine. And sometimes just you.
So what do you do if there's an earthquake? How do you help?
Well, sometimes people think they climb out of holes on their own, but they really don't. You kind of push them up, or make a bridge, or make yourself look like a ledge or a foothold. So they'll say, oh, I don't know how I did it, but I climbed out. And you're thinking, hello. And then, and sometimes humans are like ants. They work so hard to like move, like stones to get people out, but they're really not strong enough. So sometimes we work alongside them, and they don't know. Sometimes they can see us. Yeah, sometimes they can see us, and they'll say to others, and some believe them and some don't. That's okay. And sometimes you just wait in the dark, in the space with the person that's trapped, so they don't feel alone.
That's kind.
Well, it doesn't feel like a kind. It's just they pray for you, you go. It's a job. We don't try to be kind. That's just the way we are. It's a job. You can't do this job if you don't know those virtues. If you haven't mastered them, you can't do that job. This is not a job to learn stuff. This is a job to not even practice. It's just a job that has to be done by some of us, and you have to have the right qualifications. So, does that make sense?
So it's a life of service.
I guess, yeah.
And you enjoy it?
Yeah.
And you have fun?
Yeah.
So let's move forward to the next significant time.
I'm going to be swapped out. It's like I've done long enough. And I feel a little not sad, but like I could have gone longer. I've had fun, but I'm happy. Yeah, I kind of would like to stay longer. I'm not sure why I have to be swapped out. I think it's time for someone else to have that experience, and you only need so many. Yeah, because I think I asked and said, do I have to? And that's what they said. It's someone else needs this experience, and it's kind of like you've done it the longest, so you're going to stop doing it now. And it's like, okay.
And do you know where you'll go next?
I'm going to have a chat with someone and sort of decide. Maybe a bit like career counselling. It's like, so we think, obviously I can do what I want, but I feel that it's probably a good idea to do another human one now.
Do you want to do that? Do you want to continue and see what's next, or do you feel like you've done enough today? What would you like to do?
I can just tell you what I'm gonna do then. So I think in this kind of chat with this master about, okay, what's next? I'll do a human one, and as soon as we talked about, I should probably do a human one, straight away I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have loads of money this time. Because I know money is like a key on earth, and it's pretty shit not having any, so I'm going to make sure I have loads. And I think I want to practice playing with money, like having loads to start with, creating more, learning about alchemy. That's what I'm going to do.
That sounds fun.
Yeah.
So, well, maybe we can look at that another time. So, do we ask your higher self to tell us why you've been given these lifetimes? What the relevance? Is there any relevance to your current life? Why did your higher self show you these lifetimes?
I don't know. I don't know the first one. I don't know. Maybe I always know that I've had lifetimes at sea because I know I can read the stars. So maybe it was just to show me another one. I don't know.
Let's call your higher self in and ask your higher self. So just relax and allow you to relax and your higher self to come forward now. Let's speak to the higher self. Get some clarification. So, higher self, why are you showing Nicola these lifetimes?
It was something to do with the balance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, not the balance. It's something to do with understanding the difference between Creator's version of virtues and vices and man's version of virtues and vices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And understanding that on a human level, there are conventions and rules depending on cultures, and you can choose to abide by them, or if they don't suit, you can choose to go somewhere else where the conventions and rules are different, or go somewhere where there is nobody and make your own. But you do have to recognize that man creates these conventions, and there would, and that you can choose to fit in or choose to move on or choose to break them, but there would be consequences to that, not from Creator but by man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so why do you think it was important for Nicola to see that and learn that?
I have no idea.
So is there someone there that does know why you were showing those lifetimes? Why you were...
I don't know. I genuinely don't know.
Okay. So is there a significance to Nicola's lifetime with this?
The only thing is with clients, I mean, like you, I have clients from all over the world, and you have to go gently. You can't go straight into, well, this is your free will, you're choosing, create something different, because they are so bound by their cultural conventions or traditions. And maybe it's just a reminder to not go in too deep too soon when they cannot comprehend those soul concepts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Okay. And is there anybody in those lifetimes that you recognized as being with you in this lifetime?
So Hans was my first boyfriend.
Right.
The baby was, that was my daughter, because it's about free will.
Was that Henny?
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And she's teaching me that, if somebody dies, it's that they choose their death story. It is free will.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean you're not good at healing or you're not good enough. It's the lesson was free will.
Yeah. And so do you have that lesson in this lifetime?
Yeah, I thought so, but obviously I needed reminding. I don't have it with her. Yeah, if I think of other people who I'm close to in my life, I get it. But if I think of Henny, I don't get it. It's like, it's like she's doing it because for a greater good. She's not totally choosing free will. She's doing it because she thinks it would be best for someone else, or it's the best. Yeah, I kind of feel she doesn't have complete free will. She always tries to think what would be the best for someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I need to learn that's my judgment and it is her free will. And even if it is best for someone else, that is still her free will.
Yeah.
And that's something she's got to learn.
Yeah. Well, maybe if you learn it, she'll get it too, right?
Maybe.
Well, we know how things are passed down on the ancestral line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So would you like to bring forward all of the virtues and all the lessons, the blessings, the gifts from each of these lifetimes, everything that you've learned, and to let go of what no longer serves you? So maybe bringing forward those gifts and abilities of the animals and the instant healing, and remembering that you can heal instantly. And that everybody has free will, the animals and people, everybody can choose. And that you can heal instantly if the people are ready to be healed instantly, that sometimes they might be choosing to move on. Yeah. And is there anything else that you want to bring forward? And
yeah, I think it's about releasing the doubt, because when I couldn't heal the baby, then I lost faith in in the possibilities and the miracles and my own abilities. Yeah.
So let's release any fear, any doubt, any kind of feeling that you're not good enough or you can't do it anymore. And let's teach you on all levels that you know how to be able to heal instantly if people are ready to be healed instantly. And that sometimes that healing is actually assisting them in their transition. And that you don't need to doubt yourself, you need to feel bad about your gifts and abilities, because it's everybody's choice, it's a co-creation. Can we remove any fear that you have around Henny or any of your children? And that you can be relaxed and know that you're always aware if you're required to assist them at any point without needing to be worried or concerned, frightened or anything like that. All of that. Is there anything else that you want to bring forward?
The alchemy.
For the next lifetime, you mean? Yeah, okay. So let's ask that you can have that now. I wonder whether you might want that being blessed with youth and beauty.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, that would be cool.
That's pretty amazing. Yeah, so let's bring that forward so you know what it feels like to be blessed with youth and beauty, and that you have this. And I wonder what you're learning in this lifetime that's connected with these two lifetimes. There seems to be kind of a theme around love.
Yeah. I think the first one was learning to choose someone who's not who can teach you stuff, or because you think they have certain qualities and they'll kind of rub off on you, or to be infatuated because they have certain qualities, but rather to choose someone who's got the same values as you.
Yeah.
And then in the second one, it must have been about communication, because it surely could have been repaired through honest communication.
And so,
I think also on the second one, it was like, I think I did try to communicate, but he just couldn't or wouldn't. And I should have realized to, rather than be lonely, to have loved myself enough to, okay, I don't think you could be separated then, but to completely live my own life and not feel that because he wasn't able to communicate and had shut himself off, that therefore I had to be diminished too.
Yeah. So let's teach you that, remind you of that, download that for you, so that you know what it feels like, that you're always able to be all of who you are, no matter who or what anybody else is choosing. And that it's easy for you to be yourself and to be all of who you are. You have to communicate and to live without diminishing yourself, no matter what anyone else is choosing. So would you like to know that those lessons are completed? Let's mark those as completed, so that you can be free to choose somebody that you can share love with in the way that you choose. And that you can be happy and content with yourself, and that you can be happy and content with somebody else, and share your life with someone else. That is possible too. Okay. So is there anything else that needs to be integrated?
I don't think so.
Okay. So let's flag that alchemy life, because there may be something more about that. You said you were going to be playing with money, and what you can create with money, and you know that you can come back to that at any time. And was there anybody else in those lifetimes that you're connected with now in this lifetime?
I think my father in the first one was my father in this one. I think. Maybe my son in the second one is my son in this one. And some of us were angels at the same time. Not you. I don't think you, but some of us that we know, they feel like they were angels at the same time. Maybe that's how it works. We do it in soul families. I don't know.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, so let's thank your higher self for bringing you all of this amazing information and insight, and coming back in your own time, in your own way, leaving all of those things behind that no longer need to be, no longer serve, no longer need to be remembered, and bringing through anything that is required to be remembered. And knowing that you can come back and you can explore further anytime you wish. So coming back in your own time, in your own way, feeling wide awake, refreshed, rejuvenated, and alert, fully conscious, aware of your body. Just wiggling your fingers and toes. When you're ready, opening your eyes.